Here we go. What a better way to start ourselves off than coming through here. In towards this next game, we have ourselves a bit of a timeout coming through. The game is still going live, ladies and gentlemen. Don't think there has been a delay at all. But especially as we do start to see and start to open up with a pretty interesting game here tonight. Taking a look at Platoon Beta, taking on this hot-headed gaming side, Platoon Beta. An interesting unit and an interesting team from the offset. Currently 5-0 at the moment, looking to try and keep their undefeated streak here continuing, trying to keep the train on the tracks. And then hot-headed 7-0 at the moment. They're trying to look to keep their season with an 8-0 side and an 8-0 spot, claiming off what would be the first seed in the intermediate division towards the playoff time. They get themselves a bit of a break before they do get to check out even more of the other teams who look to be making the playoffs push. Both these teams in contention for playoffs, always have been. Now as we do start to see hot-headed gaming looking towards at least an interesting sort of push coming through. It's now looking to be a push straight up banana. Now, as we do start to see a little bit more of this much needed push coming through, it's now going to look to be the car tank to try and set ourselves going straight. We are going to see Anderson at least finding himself two. Make it a third. Potential for the fourth. But Senka dealing with the aggression. But a lot of the damage already done. We are going to see Noro looking for that long wrap. If he can find himself at least a frag coming through. The rotation is going to be faked coming through from Sevi. But all of a sudden it does allow Noro to at least catch someone off guard. Kaname going down. Now the A side looking to be hit. The question is, are we going to see Sevi at least try to keep himself alive here, needing himself at least one of the two, but eventually just falling, and the plant should come through. Unless Vidic has anything to say about it. Nothing at all to be said so far, just waiting for the assistance of his teammate. The fact that we've seen Senka actually head over towards his pit position quite safely. No one spotted him, no one's seen him. The fact that he's been able to get across so safely. A little bit of a panic there from Senka. Now with Noro eventually falling in the side, it's going to be down to Senka now in the 1v2 situation, falling. And hot-headed gaming really relying on the dualies here in the pistol to be able to get the job done. It does work its way out. Works itself out, and all of a sudden now hot-headed gaming to be able to pick up the pistol here. As we do start to see more of an interesting push coming through here at the moment in this server. It is going to look to be the 0-1 start, trying to get itself through to make it 2-0 at the moment. The force buy coming in from both teams, including rifles for each side. Now with Senka finding the opening frag. Hot-headed gaming needing the FAMASs here through this short area to do some work. We're going to see Kaname able to find two, however going down. Now the 3v2 situation. Phenom to get that plant. And the retake, well, starting to really slow down. We do start to see the aggression coming through. Phenom able to find Antist, who will drop the M4. Vidic to recover it. Now as we do start to see Hot-headed looking towards what is more of a consistently needed push coming through. We will see that bomb go off. And Platoon Beta are able to pick themselves up at least the second here, looking to try and get a little bit more economically stable in this game so far. Something where we've had a little bit of struggle for a lot of these teams. Now as we do start to see a bit more of an incredulous push coming through. Now it looks as if it's going to be an interesting need for Platoon Beta to get themselves a little bit more consistency. As we do start to see a huge chunk of damage being done. Now especially with that bomb eventually falling. Now it looks to be a cheeky push needed, a cheeky hit needed. As we do start to slowly become a little bit accustomed towards a lot of the pressure now here in this server. We will see the push into the side. Senka to find himself one. Now he's going to be able to find himself another. Bomb going down. It's going to look to be more of an exciting challenge here. Especially as we do start to see a lot more room being taken, a lot more room. Looking to try and peacefully work its way out. Now as we do start to see that bomb slowly tick down yet again. The armor to be saved for Hot-headed. So now it does start to look as if a lot of the pressure here in the server is going to become based off a lot of the aggression that does come from the T side, does come from a lot of the T sides. Now we come through and start to see a lot of the pressures coming in through this server. Now finally, so much push and shove. Eventually hitting the deck. Now it's starting to become at least more of a tighter fight here in this server. Now with Platoon Beta really taking control early on here. Almost looks as if there's absolutely no way they can be stopped whatsoever. And especially when you're seeing huge rounds like that from Phenom. And a little bit extra on the way down to ensure at least a little bit of damage. It's looking to become a nice little gesture coming through there. So now it does look to be more of a tight fight, more of an interesting battle here in this server. So we will look towards these teams to try and get themselves at least a little bit of consistency. That Molotov going down. we'll look and see towards at least a few more of these interesting sides. Who's going to be the one that comes out on top? Who's going to be the one who really looks towards the interesting fights coming through to try and do some damage, try and deal a crucial blow, deal a fatal one at that. We'll start to see some pressure coming through. Especially now as we do start to see much needed push coming in towards his B site. The plant should go down. Actually, as Ernest does fall there, but Noro on the lurk is absolutely toying with his opponents at the moment.
Bomb has been planted.
Absolutely playing them like a fiddle. And it's beautiful Counter-Strike being played at the moment by Platoon Beta, and there's very, very little that can be done to at least stop yet alone try to combat it. It's just wonderful Counter-Strike we're seeing, and it's looking to be a beautiful opportunity here for some consistency to try and come through. And as we do start to see now Kaname trying to keep his hands on that M4A1S. The only question is it going to be able to survive? Are we going to be able to see it continue to have its place here? As we do start to see some more challenges being made in this server. Now with more of a necessity needing to come through here at the moment. From Hot-Headed Gaming, you'd assume the timeout comes through so they can try and chat things over, chat things about what's happening here in this server, why they're struggling so much, what is the real issue here. I'm trying to find them at least a little bit of wiggle room at the moment. So now we do start to see now it does continue to be more of an exotic look coming through in towards this server. Now with absolute chaos starting to spread through at the moment. It is going to look to be absolute chaos starting to spread here. Especially as we do start to see a little bit more of a threat. Leaning over, starting to lead towards some chaos here in this server. It is going to be this M4 starting to lead down, trying to find at least a little bit of aggression. With that plant coming through now. Last man standing here. For Platoon Beta, probably going to be the one who wins it. That's if the retank does come through at all with it. Almost being a little bit of a stalemate here. You'd imagine that hit was a long, long way away. Senka is going to try and bring the fight. Will find himself at least an early frag. Noro to get one back. Now with Ernest trying to keep this M4A1S here alive. Now more of an exciting fight. Needing to try and prove at least a little bit of a basic tendency here. for a lot of these fights to start going the way. Trying to see the fall off of this hot-headed gaming side. They've already clinched playoffs. They already know what they've got so far, but now especially as we do start to see some more prize possessions wagered. More of a necessity here for a tight fight to come through. Now we do start to see Platoon Beta looking to try and wrap this A side, eventually finding Sevi. Trying to continue to try and keep his presence here. He'll end up falling. It allows Vlanik to at least pick up a frag here on the quick rotation. With it falling, now it starts to look to be absolute chaos here in this server. Of course, chaos is where we usually see a lot of these teams thrive. More importantly, with these chaotic settings at the moment. It almost looks as if a lot of these settings here in this server, chipstick actually falling to the bomb. It's a bit unlucky. Unlucky. A little bit of team damage done to start us off here. Looking as if a lot of the damage that can be done here in this server is looking to already be done. Phenom to be able to find himself a huge frag there. Comes out on top. Especially now seeing a lot more of the aggression pushing through this server. It's now looking to be more of an exciting fight here. Especially as we do start to see now some more intriguing fights coming through.
Bomb has been planted.
More importantly, with huge needs for this hot-headed gaming side to at least stay calm and composed here. The fact that we're going to see Vidic able to find himself the retake, be such a huge driving force in it, and be the one to be able to get that bomb defusal. And all of a sudden it continues to create so much of this early need, early necessity here in this server for at least a little bit of consistency. Starting to see a little bit more excitement here in this server. With a push like that coming through, No better way to do it at all. Especially seeing finally Hot-Headed Gaming able to get themselves a little bit of consistency here in this server. Finally looking for more of a stronger challenge to be made, a stronger test to be put forth. With more of an aggressive hit coming in towards this site now, it's looking to be. This B hit, the Platoon Beta really focusing on the 4-man stack over towards this A site. Shows that a lot of the leveraging that we're seeing from these teams, it's really starting to work, and we're really starting to see a consistent sort of pull, consistent effort from this ET side to really be wary of that A ramp, the A long wrap. And with such a heavy, short, heavy hold at the moment, it's really looking to be a challenging time here in the server.
Bomb has been planted.
Yeah, with utility starting to rain down. It will look to be now. It's chaotic. Almost poetic. GT side looking to try and just keep themselves alive at the moment. It's an interesting task. It's one that's easier, definitely said than done. Especially now as it is looking to be more of an interesting fight. The AWP, Alfg, able to find himself a huge pick coming through there. Will look to be more of a consistent hit needed. Especially as we do start to see this site here at the moment looking for at least a little bit of consistency, you know. Especially as Noro ends up hitting the deck there. Especially with Hot-Headed Gaming able to pick themselves up for here. A 4-7 scoreline coming through. Now it starts to look to be really exciting here in this server. Almost now a necessary task here for damage to be done. Almost a necessity here for damage to be claimed. As we do start to see more of an exciting fight looking to come through here in this server. Will now be more of a necessary lean than ever to try and prevent a lot of the space that can be taken. Seneca finding himself one. Phenom to get one extra, on the B take, and the bomb eventually going down. Through. Now it's definitely looking towards absolute chaos here on the retake, and it eventually does pay off. Now, starting to see, especially what this dynamic side of Platoon Beta are able to do, picking themselves up really crucial rounds when they need to, showing all the good positive signs here. Real test looking to be made here. Importantly, where we are starting to see a little bit of chaos here in the server, starting to brew through. Now with a mandatory hold needed on this A site to try and keep Hot-Headed alive here. Nades coming down, Semovi actually just following Kaname to try and find a fight. Alf with the AWP will be mollied away. Eventually still holding that line, going to find himself one. We're going to see Kaname finding one more. And the mandatory hold holds when it needs to. With Vidic able to deny that bomb plant coming through, the quick hit on the A site yielding to be ineffective, and with nades being traded, Vidic finding Noro, the heavy nade. Now as we do start to see small, dynamic, incredulous hit looking to be necessary here. Hothead's able to stand here, finding themselves 6, and all of a sudden it's starting to look to be really important rounds. Finally going the way of This hot-headed gaming side. I'm going to see Senka now. This B hit coming through. Ernest to be able to find himself one. Senka eventually falling. Bad scout at Phenom. Pushing through. A little bit more of that scout spam coming through that smoke. Yeah, with Ernest. Off at least two here. Gets it. That B hold. Holding strong. Now especially as we start to see hot-headed gaming able to close out this half for 7-8. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll have a quick word from our partners Kim Barry. Make sure you do show them a little bit of love. But after this, we'll be right back with the second half. Platoon Beta take on hot-headed gaming. Getting ourselves underway here, the second half. The pistol round coming through. It's now hot-headed gaming looking to try and continue the momentum that they had over in that first sort of half. Coming in towards this second here. Now with Chipstick. Watching this. Tight angle. Senka with a smoke. Now with utility starting to rain down here. Over on the site, the pistols for this T side need to find themselves at least a little bit of wiggle room. We are going to see Phenom finding himself one. All of a sudden, Phenom for two, Phenom for three. A huge hold from Phenom. Definitely got ugly at the end there. So now we see Platoon Beta able to capitalise off the back of an almost necessary round coming through. Sambi eventually going down. Scored in the back of his head by his own teammate, and Senka, well, gets revenge. That smoke eventually going down. Senka to swing before it blooms. Rewarded with a frag here in the SMGs. Continuing to be able to get frags. Now Senka up close and personal will eventually hit the deck. Limited bullets in that MP9 though, from such excessive spraying from Senka. Now, with that gun drop being heard, rotation towards this B side should start to come through. We're going to see Phenom able to find 2. Now, Platoon Beta able to pick up 10 here. Finally, the rifles come out for this T side. Now, as we do start to see
more of a challenge coming through at the moment.
around this banana hold yet again, the MP9's looking to do so much damage. Now with Vidic launching towards some bracket control. Swing comes through, Phenom to find 1, but eventually going down. Oro through this long hold, able to find himself the first. Potential for the second needed.
Finding the rotation of Senka. Now with the 3v2, Noro in this site needs a big hole. Finding himself the first. That's the bomb being dropped, and all of a sudden, Maquette gets himself one back. That's a huge, huge round for Platoon Beta to come out on top of.
First rifle round going down here for Hot Headed Gaming over on their T side. With a little bit of this bracket control necessary. Hot-Headed Gaming needing to at least try and get a little push coming through. We're going to see Phenom at least spray down for 2 before going down. We're going to see Maquette find himself 2 before Vidic eventually getting rid of that diggity hold up. 1v2 situation, Vidic eventually finding Senka. Now with 6 bullets left in the chamber, can't risk the reload. Hiding and cut out. We're going to see Chipstick able to find that final frag, getting himself the AK. Platoon Beta picking up 12 and surviving at the moment here. It's going to be enough for an AWP, a drop over. Platoon Beta are making the economy work. With B site pushing through. A lot of the car control looking to belong to hot-headed at the moment. Platoon Beta. Having a little gap in that smoke to try and work with, but the re-smoke coming through. All of a sudden denying the opportunities here for hot-headed gaming to get a clean fight. And with Senka playing the way he's playing at the moment, beautiful control from him. All hot-headed can really do is just turn away from the point of contact, turn away from the fight. But with so little time left, that's all they can really do. Almost looking as if the save is a necessity here after that frag. There's absolutely nothing that hot-headed can do. That flash over the top, Alf will be spotted. I won't be spotted, sorry. Seeing hot-headed able to keep 3 guns here. But Platoon Beta almost get themselves a free round. 2 frags, everything that decided that. Now we do start to see Senka with that nade doing a lot of damage to Alf. He's down to 9 points of health here. Absolute scenes with that smoke eventually going down. We're going to see Ennis at least finding one. Alf still very low. We need to see that car hold. Looking to be stronger here for Platoon Beta. At least some of the retake utility needs to come through. With Alf now dropping away. The bracket control looking to come through here for hot-headed. See Noro shutting down for 2. Kaname finding a frag as well. Vidic looking entry on towards that site and get onto that. See if he can try and get himself on plan. But with Alf finding Phenom still so low. Almost a 2v2 here in this server. Now with Chipstick looking to try over here on this retake. The swing coming through over the top. We are going to see Vidic going down. Now with Chipstick finding himself that frag, eventually falling. Kaname now making it a 1v2 situation. Mouse to be caught. Doesn't know Alf is low. Now just trying to save off whatever he can. The M4A1S to be his weapon of choice coming into this next round. And Platoon Beta give up 8 here. We are going to continue to see hot-headed trying to fight through a lot of this banana and car control. Now with Senka finding himself a frag. It is going to be this 5v4. Chipsick able to find himself a frag with the MP9 through that smoke. The one way is continuing to completely hamper Red Hot Gaming. Kind of may find a kick through bracket eventually. Miscat able to get himself one back. And with Vidic caught out in the open, Phenom to be able to clap with a beautiful shot there. Now with a 14-8 scoreline here, Platoon Beta could be the early team here in the SCL to upset Hot Headed and continue their unbeaten run. With an 8-14 scoreline here. Mid push looks to be claiming Alf and a little bit of a HP deficit coming through. Sevmi has a little bit of damage done as well, looking to try and be up close and personal on that B site, and will find himself a frag. The M4 A1S given up. I'm surprised we haven't started to see the acceleration over towards the B side after a huge pick like that. We're going to see Phenom finding one eventually. Needing to see that apps control start to come through. Noro left the game. Not even Noro. It's Noro getting the money bonus. Hold up. Four. We've just had 4 people just leave the game. Are we getting doxed? There we go. Mouse back. Now I'm going to see Chipstick finding himself one. Yeah, with kind of mate. Coming through now, it's going to be that flash. All of a sudden, Sevi caught off guard. We are going to see Phenom a beautiful shot with the AWP to find Alf. The fact that we haven't seen 2 players rejoin here in this server means we're probably going to get the timeout coming through. But a 15-8 scoreline. Sorry. Senka accidentally joining the wrong team. You know what? Big cheers to the lad. And now technical timeout coming through. So we'll have ourselves a bit of a quick break as we do get this all sorted here in the server. We'll be right back. But for now, just a few of the best clips here in the SCL. Now we're going to start to get ourselves back here in this server. Everyone rejoined, everyone reconnected. You'd hope so. We are going to start to see now Hot-Headed Gaming pushing through. With Cunnermate. We can try and find the opening pick. Phenom will find it instead now. With Muscat finding one more. Absolute gunfight through top mid. Leaves on list only to find himself one. Smoke's coming through that bottom banana area of the map. Keeping Alpha at bait. But now as we do start to see some of that bracket hold coming through. A bit more jump spotting as it looks to be. Banana push coming in. Senka to drop off the angle. Now as we do start to see all of a sudden Sembi looking to try and lead the charge. Senka needs at least one here on this B hold. Question is he able to find it? Yes he is. He's going to be able to find himself at least the one. Potential here for Senka to try and find more, but the nade eventually getting rid of the poor fella. This chip signal will be spotted, taken down. Doing a little bit of damage now. It's going to be a 2v2 situation here. Alf going down. Endless falling. And Platoon Beta able to pick themselves up the game. Continuing to stay undefeated. Hot-headed Gaming, their first defeat, and it comes in the very, very last game. Ladies and gentlemen, an absolute pleasure as always. I've been your Caster Flamboyant, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for some more Counter-Strike. Peace.